welcome. If you exist on the planet right now, you are probably aware that everyone is talking about Ozempic and other GLP-1 agonists as the new trendy way to lose weight. Now, whether or not a GLP-1 agonist drug is good, bad, somewhere in between, etc., I think personally requires a little bit more research and understanding before being able to draw a definitive conclusion, but it's also outside the scope of this video. If you want that video, let me know. But regardless, there's a lot of reasons that someone might want to lose weight, but not want or be able to take Ozempic or another GLP-1 agonist. So today, I wanted to talk about some natural alternatives to taking one of these drugs, ways that are going to naturally kind of mimic what the drug is doing for you. So first, let's break down what GLP-1 even is and what the drugs that mimic it do in the body. So first and foremost, GLP-1 itself is a hormone that is naturally produced in our bodies. Your body naturally makes it and plays a key role in your metabolism. For example, when you start eating, your body naturally starts producing more GLP-1 within minutes, and this primarily occurs in the intestines, but also in the pancreas and the brain. Levels of GLP-1 peak about 45 to 90 minutes later and then slowly decrease. So what does it do? Why is your body producing it? First and foremost is it helps improve blood sugar. The release of GLP-1 stimulates the release of insulin, but it doesn't just help in this way. The liver also naturally releases sugar to help keep your blood sugar stable, but in people with some amount of insulin resistance, your liver is usually releasing too much sugar. For this population, GLP-1 can help reduce that sugar released by the liver. It also affects weight loss in some other very direct ways. First is that it slows digestion. So this also is going to help with blood sugar because you're not going to be getting a huge blood sugar spike if you're digesting things super fast and everything's getting released all at once. And then it also helps keep you fuller for longer because things are just taking longer to move through your system. GLP-1 can also actually cross the blood-brain barrier and interact with the hypothalamus, which is a part of the brain that plays a key role in body weight regulation, as well as control brown adipose tissue thermogenesis. So brown adipose tissue or brown fat is the good kind of fat that actually burns calories for you inside your body. And the last big thing that it does to help with weight regulation is that it interacts with the nerves in your intestines, which triggers the gut-brain communication and helps essentially quell hunger. So that's all natural GLP-1. These are things that are happening naturally inside your body. With the drug version, it is very similar to the natural hormone. It mimics all the mechanisms of action of natural GLP-1. The biggest difference is that it's able to hang around in the body a lot longer. So the half-life of natural GLP-1 is about like 2 minutes, whereas the half-life of the drug version is anywhere from hours to days. So basically, GLP-1 agonist drugs are able to be helpful for weight regulation because they help with insulin sensitivity and they help with appetite regulation through a variety of mechanisms. So like I said at the beginning, there are obviously a lot of reasons someone might not want to take a GLP-1 agonist drug. First of all, costs a lot of money, cost prohibitive for a lot of people. Second off, there are studies that show that a lot of people who take these kinds of drugs end up regaining the weight within a couple months after stopping the drug. So it's not inherently a long-term solution. It's also certainly not a long-term solution to poor metabolic health as a whole. So let's talk about some alternative things you can do, consume, etc. in order to get some of the same kind of benefits that you would get from taking the drug without having to take the drug. So what we're looking for here is essentially natural ways to increase your natural GLP-1 production, and also things that are going to do what the drug does as far as improving insulin sensitivity and decreasing your appetite. So let's dive in. First and foremost, number one, eat more protein. A 2020 systemic review published in the Journal of Psychology and Behavior showed that protein lowers ghrelin, which is going to make you less hungry. Protein also keeps you fuller for longer, and it increases the production of GLP-1. So it literally ticks all those boxes. And in addition, it increases a peptide called PYY, which also reduces appetite. In addition to that, you get the benefits of the fact that protein intake is really, really crucial when you are actively trying to lose weight, because it's very helpful in preserving muscle mass so that you're actually losing more of your weight from fat rather than fat and muscle. So this is just gonna help you end up at a lower body fat percentage than you would if you were on a lower protein diet with everything else being the same. So if you're trying to optimize your protein intake, intake to get these benefits, I recommend aiming for about 30 to 35 grams minimum of protein per meal. And then total for the day, you're gonna wanna aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. So just for simple numbers, let's say your goal body weight is 100 pounds, you're gonna wanna eat between 70 and 100 grams of protein total for the day. Next up, we have hydration. Drink your water. Studies show that adequate hydration does decrease your appetite and improve satiety. It also helps promote the production of GLP-1. And beyond that, it supports a healthy metabolism overall. Mild dehydration slows the metabolism, increases stress hormones, and makes your body more likely to store fat. So if you want to take advantage of these benefits that mimic GLP-1 agonists, then you're going to want to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces of water. So again, for simple math, let's say you're 100 pounds, you're going to want to drink 50 ounces of water minimum. Give or take, depends on the weather, depends on how much you're exercising. If it's really hot and you're sweating a lot, you're gonna wanna increase that a little bit. And then also to help optimize hydration, I recommend adding in electrolytes. Electrolytes are going to help your body make essentially better use of the water. They kind of act as little keys in your cells to unlock them and allow the water to get into your cells so that you can be more adequately hydrated. And if you are an athlete, someone who just works out regularly, or if you're in a hotter environment, then this becomes particularly important, because when you sweat, you lose a lot of sodium. And so when the sodium's not replaced, you're just gonna keep getting more and more and more dehydrated, which beyond just negatively affecting your metabolism and a body's ability to lose fat can lead to things like muscle cramps, fatigue, etc. And if you're looking for a good electrolyte, I highly recommend checking out Element. Big shout out to them for sponsoring this video. Element is a tasty electrolyte mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. So you have all of the electrolytes in the scientifically backed ratio for optimal hydration: 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. But none of the junk. No sugar, no coloring, no artificial flavors, no artificial ingredients at all, no gluten, etc. I've told you guys before that my favorite flavor is the raspberry and the citrus, but if you are looking for something that's unflavored, they also do have the raw unflavored version as well. I have been tapping into my stores of this one lately, because literally the only ingredients on here are salt, magnesium, potassium. That's it. And right now, Element is offering you guys a free sample pack with any order. So you will get 8 single serving sample sticks free with your order. It's a great way to try all of the delicious flavors and figure out which one you want to get more of. So you can get this for free if you go to drinkelementi.com/fitandnerdy. So check it out. I will leave the link down in the description box below. Next on the list is regular exercise. First and foremost, exercise enhances the secretion of GLP-1. So if you go hit the squat rack for half an hour, you're gonna have more GLP-1 in your body than if you didn't. It also helps regulate leptin and ghrelin, which are the hunger and satiety hormones, and it is going to naturally help decrease your hunger. And also, the more muscle you have, the better your insulin sensitivity is going to be. So regular exercise is also going to help control your blood sugar. So you got those 3 main boxes checked there, and then on top of that, exercise also does directly affect the brain as far as your appetite. Exercise produces a compound that is the combo of lactate and phenylalanine, and this travels to the brain to reduce appetite and is responsible for approximately 25% of the obesity reducing effects of exercise. And this compound itself is maximally produced by high intensity interval training and resistance training. So to get these benefits, you're gonna want to ideally stay active every day, not necessarily exercise every day, but stay active. Get up, move around, go for walks, etc. And then on top of that, aim for at least 2 workouts a week, ideally a little bit more. Next up is fiber intake. Fiber intake itself does indeed raise levels of GLP-1. It also helps control appetite because it just takes up more space in your stomach and throughout your digestion. It also slows digestion, like GLP-1 agonists. It improves blood sugar control. So again, ticks all of the boxes. And then on top of that, it supports the health of the gut microbiome, because if you have fermentable fiber, or fiber that your healthy gut microbes can eat away at and grow and flourish off of, then the health of your gut microbiome is also going to help impact the ability to produce GLP-1. So fill your diet with berries, veggies, legumes. And if you want to get these benefits from fiber, I recommend aiming for about 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. Next thing to add more of into your diet is healthy fats. Healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats and omega-3s, promote the production of GLP-1. In contrast, saturated fats and omega-6 fatty acids don't seem to have nearly as much of a positive impact on GLP-1. They are not necessarily going to reduce GLP-1, but they are just not as helpful as boosting GLP-1 as monounsaturated and omega-3s. So you can get benefit from adding things like avocados, salmon, olive oil, nuts, seeds, etc. into your diet. Next, we have something a little bit more specific, and that is Akkermansia, which is a specific probiotic strain. And Akkermansia has actually been shown to have a whole host of benefits. Research has shown that a deficit in this bacteria in your gut is linked to a whole host of chronic issues such as obesity, diabetes, inflammation, among other things. But it also promotes the release of GLP-1. There was a 2009 randomized double-blind placebo-controlled pilot study published in the Journal of Nature Medicine, and it basically showed that Akkermansia can improve insulin sensitivity and decrease body weight and fat mass as well. So there are places that you can get this probiotic strain itself to just take it orally as a supplement, but also this bacteria feeds on things like onions, garlic, fennel, artichoke, yam, agave, banana, Brussels sprouts, okra, chicory root, cauliflower. So eating more of those things can help promote the growth of Akkermansia inside your gut. Next thing on the list is sleep. Better quality sleep just makes your body able to produce GLP-1 better and more efficiently. And also, better quality sleep is going to improve your blood sugar regulation, which is also going to improve your appetite and cravings. So again, all three boxes checked. My personal recommendation for sleep is to give yourself 9 hours before you have to wake up in the morning. Like, get in bed 9 hours before you have to wake up so that you are giving your body the chance to sleep as much as it needs. You don't have to sleep the full 9 hours. In fact, you probably will not sleep the full 9 hours, but on days where your body does need more than 8 hours, you're gonna be able to get it. And when most people box off like 8 hours for sleep, do you actually get the 8 hours, or do you go to bed a little bit later and then you wake up 1 or 2 times per night and you really only get like 7 hours and 15 minutes of sleep at most? Giving yourself the time to get the full 9 hours means you're probably going to be able to get at least 8. Now, there's a few more supplements that I wanted to mention here, kind of as like an honorable mention, because when it comes to supplements, there's actually not a lot of good research on like how they impact a GLP-1 and how closely they mimic a GLP-1 agonist drug, but there's a couple that I think are like maybe worth mentioning. The first is curcumin, which is a compound in turmeric. Studies in animals show that curcumin can help stabilize blood sugar in animals by helping raise GLP-1. And there's a small study that was done in humans showing that curcumin did help people decrease their body weight and regulate their blood sugar, but the effect of GLP-1 specifically is not clear. So basically, some animal studies to suggest maybe it would be similar, not enough like hard evidence to draw a real conclusion. Same thing with ginseng. There is a rat study that showed that rats that were given ginseng had better blood sugar and increased GLP-1. And in human studies, ginseng does seem to help control with blood sugar, but we kind of need more data here. And then we have berberine. I feel like everyone's been talking about berberine. Like, as soon as Ozempic hit the market, people were like, berberine is nature's Ozempic. But it's kind of the same deal, where there's not a lot of evidence to suggest how berberine impacts GLP-1 in humans specifically. It's quite possible that, yeah, it's nature's Ozempic. We just don't have like the hard data to prove that yet. It may indeed improve glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. It does seem to impact AMPK, which is kind of like a switch in the metabolism. But again, we need a lot more research before we can say like, take berberine, it's gonna do the same thing as a GLP-1 agonist. I really hope nobody takes that singular part from the video and edits it to make it sound like I'm literally saying that rather than sarcastically saying that. And lastly, we have bitter hops extract. There is a little bit more data here, but still kind of iffy. A study in 30 adults found that taking a bitter hops-based supplement twice daily for 3 weeks significantly curbed the feeling of hunger compared to a placebo. And the scientists believe that it may be due to bitter hops encouraging the body to make more GLP-1 and PYY, which I mentioned before. So in theory, bitter hops can help reduce appetite, increase feeling of fullness, stimulate GLP-1, improve blood sugar control. It does seem to help improve digestion, which in itself can have a lot of weight loss promoting benefits, but wouldn't necessarily say that's mimicking GLP-1. So that's that. I wish I could say here's this one magic pill that's gonna mimic this pharmaceutical drug, but unfortunately that is not quite how the body or science works at this point. Instead, the best way to get the benefits that you would get out of taking a GLP-1 agonist is essentially just to live a healthy lifestyle. Eat your protein, eat your fiber, eat your healthy fat, exercise, sleep enough. All of this is going to help optimize your body's production of GLP-1, which in itself should help with weight management. And as a side note, this is like such a clear example of what I personally mean when I say that the like calories in versus calories out model is way oversimplified, at least the way that it's commonly used. Because that model tends to take the stance that a calorie is a calorie. But very clearly, based on everything that I just talked about, what you eat is going to impact how your body uses energy, metabolizes things, the different levels of hormones that it is going to produce. So if you're eating a calorie equivalent diet full of a bunch of processed foods that aren't going to be promoting GLP-1 production, you are going to have a harder time losing weight than someone who is eating all of these foods that I just talked about that are going to be promoting higher GLP-1 production. It's not just the calories that matter, it is the other things in the food that impact how your body processes it, metabolizes it, and what it can do with that to promote overall better health. Different foods stimulate our bodies in different ways, and it tends to be that whole unprocessed foods come with a whole host of other benefits for your body and for your health and for weight loss / weight management compared to more processed foods. So before I start a whole rant, I think that is all I will say about that for today. So do make sure you check out Element, get yourself a free sample pack of their electrolytes at drinklmnt.com/fitandnerdy. If you guys want to know anything more about this topic, let me know down in the comments below. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your gym buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!